this special town hall. It's a little bit different than usual town halls. Normally we have conversations around governance, or we have presentations, or we give you updates around Deep Funding Round 4, or we talk about serious topics. But today that's not going to be the case. Today we have a community hangout session, I would call it. Today's all about getting to know each other better, and we're going to do a little bit of a speed networking session, but also we're going to throw in some fun little questions. So I'm going to explain the rules in a second, but first of all, by the way, is my network still working? Yeah. I mean, this is going to be a cozy session, so grab a drink if you want. It's going to be a more casual session. We tend to spend so much time on screen together week after week, and maybe we know the odd detail about each other, but I feel like we don't really know each other. And today is a session where we want to get to know each other a little bit better. So let's have a little bit of fun. And I'm going to explain the rules of today's session. Basically, what we're going to do is somebody is going to start and pick a participant. That participant will quickly introduce themselves in a speed networking segment. You're going to say your name, where you're from, what project you're working at, or what you're doing for a living, and something that you are passionate about beyond your job. And then we're going to ask you a question. So the person that picked you can ask a question either that they came up with, or you can say mystery question, and we're going to choose a mystery question to ask that participant. So let me just admit a few more people that are in the waiting line. So again, let's say I'm going to start and pick Juan Pablo. Then Juan Pablo is going to say his name, where he's from, what he's doing for a living, or what project he's working on, and tell us something about what he's passionate about beyond his job. And then I can ask him a question that I came up with, or I can say mystery question, and we're going to choose a mystery question from the mystery question bucket that we're going to ask him. And yeah, there's not too many rules for the game. I mean, keep it somewhat short because we do have over 20 participants and we want everyone to participate. And I guess keep it appropriate if you can. Don't share something that you're going to regret later. We are recording this session, and I guess at the end of the session, we can decide if we want to put up that recording on YouTube, or maybe it's best to not put up the recording. We'll see how it goes. If there's any question you do not want to answer, that's totally fine. Just say skip to the next question and we can choose another question, or you can just say skip to the next participant, because we do not want to force anyone to answer a question they do not want to answer. But before we start, I'm going to quickly check in with Jan if he wants to give any update around Deep Funding Round 4, or if there's anything he wants the community to know about. Jan, is there anything?
I'm fully unprepared here.
Oh, just if there's
No.
anything you noticed the past week that you think...
I noticed a lot of things. So I noticed that I think at this stage, we have a lot of proposals already compared to previous rounds. So that bodes well for the end. I also think there's still quite a few in progress, also some test stuff in the back end. But I think we're off to a very good start here. At the same time, we're still improving the platform here, small tweaks here and there, maybe one larger tweak, but we'll have to wait a little bit until the review period. So in the meantime, we're communicating on Telegram. So some people having issues or whatever, I think Telegram is a good channel. So if you have any issues, then let me know there, and I will jump on it. Let the team know. And as you can see there, already a lot of these things have been solved. So yeah, let me know if you have any issues, how it's going. And as far as I'm concerned, everything is going really well.
Nice. Is there anybody in the room that has a question around deep funding round 4? Clement, go ahead.
Yeah, hi guys. Hi Jan. Yeah, so it's just although it might not be very significant observation, but I think when I was trying to fill in my project, Biotech Nexus, the character count for certain fields was very insufficient. For example, my team listing, I needed to spell out biodiversity conservation experts, but then it didn't allow me. So I had to wrap my head around trying to cut that out into a 17 character count. So maybe moving forward, we should have more space for character counts, in the
Well,
fields.
that's a very good very good point because a lot of people, maybe you also, don't use that field in the right way. So I'm glad you brought this up, actually. We have profiles of every team member, and in that profile, every team member, you can put all the data that you want. So there's a tab called My Team, and you can invite team members, and they can put their profile and their background and their everything they're good at. So we already have a place for that, completely separated, where your whole team is presented. Now, I added this field very recently, because sometimes having 5 profiles doesn't give all the information about your team. Sometimes it's more important to say, hey, we have great team members, but we are the best team for this project because we have experience in XYZ. Or we have a team with a very rare quality or a very rare role. Or we have a track record of delivering very good value for money or whatever. So that field for teams is not to present all your team members. There's another place for that. It's just to give a short summary of what the USPs, the unique selling point of your team is. And the reason that we are having these restrictions on all these fields is in respect for the community member, because imagine you're a community member and you want to review all these projects, and maybe at the end we'll have 200 projects. And if everybody has this kind of text, then at the end of the day, they will read less. So the more you put in there, there's a risk that less will be read. So we try to protect you. We try to, in not doing too much work, we're trying to protect the community in being able to get a quick overview. And then we have the long description where you have pretty much room to go into as much detail as you want. Mihai, good to see you. And thank you for all your
Very nice to
feedback
see you too. Very nice
on Telegram already.
Yeah,
Thank you, Jan.
this is why I raised my hand. I wanted to ask you if Telegram is the best way to send these bug reports or so-called observations, or if you would prefer another medium.
Yeah, so actually, there are some people already with good remarks, things that we could add, etc. I know I have a list with things I would like to add still. I'm very happy where we are with the portal, but there's also a list of things that we could and that I want to improve. And one of these things is a feedback mechanism. So we do have this form somewhere on the site, but we actually want to have this floating button where you can click and give feedback and also ask about issues, etc. So that is one of the things that the team is actually looking at right now, so that we don't need I have no problem using Telegram for this. I think it's a proper channel right now, and whenever somebody has an issue, then other people can learn about it as well, including any fix that has been made. So it's no problem. But I hope over time, maybe still during this round, I'm not sure, we can have some other feature there that makes it a little bit easier to post all your issues.
That makes sense. Thank you.
Great. Wow, if it goes like this, then it will be a normal meeting.
Yeah, we got 2 more questions.
Kings was first. I always wonder, is it Judosa or is it Kings? Because sometimes first and last name are not always in the same order, I noticed. But
Okay, hi, Johan.
so this is my personal
Actually,
question to you. Is it
yeah,
Kings
yeah, yeah.
or Judosa?
Okay, my name is Kings. My first name is Kings. So Gadosa is the surname.
Okay, okay, good,
Yeah,
King.
my first name is Kings. Yeah, so I use both, so it's fine.
All right.
Yeah.
You can call me
So, my
Horlings
question
as
is
well if you want.
okay. Okay, my question is still on the team, on the team listening on the proposal, which is more relevant, or which is more um should I call it acceptable to the community, because there is our team portal, or our team session in the overview. Then there is the project team, where
Yeah.
you have to invite your colleagues or your people who are working on the project together. So on mine, for instance, we have on the on the overview of unit listings, so where all the team members and their LinkedIn profile attached to it. So now, what of on the project team, which is like the last session where they can invite? Which is my question is, which is more relevant? Should we use both, or
Both.
anyone can suffice?
Both. So what is new in this portal compared to the old is that you can invite team members so they become related to your team. So if you are a person that has worked for multiple teams over time, that will become visible in your profile. So what we are already working on right now is profiles from people that are active in deep funding. So you can see at some point in any builder, any community member, how many projects he has been working on and which projects they were and how successful they were. So and that will also tie into a situation when we have a kind of tasks platform where you can hire people and for tasks, etc. So we're thinking ahead here. I think also community contributors, what you're doing now, your reputation, all the reviews that you create. At some point, we might be able to make all that accessible through your deep funding profile. So you're building a profile, you're building a reputation, and you have the opportunity to give more background about yourself, because this is also all about the second purpose of deep funding, building or creating a community of builders. And in order to create a community, you have to know a little bit about yourself. So that is why we are doing all these profiles and linking and inviting people. What I personally think that maybe that small summary about the USPs or what makes your team the right team for this project may even be more important. If I have to read through 10 or 20 proposals quickly, what I will probably do is look at the title, look at the summary, look obviously at the amount requested, and I think I would look at the team summary. If you are in pool A, in pool new projects, I would also look at the AI services. That is also important. But I would probably skip the long description and all that stuff because I don't have time, or I would go really quickly. But to have that small message on, hey, this is why we are a great team, will give everybody a lot of information. Is my personal idea. That's why I put it there as well. And for me, it already helps if it is used in the right way.
Okay, great. Many thanks, man. Many thanks.
All right.
We have 3 more questions.
Yeah.
Okay.
We have 2 nerds here. Hi, Ale. Hi, Tommy.
Hello, how's everyone?
Hey, Dan. Good afternoon, everyone.
Good
Great
afternoon.
to have you.
Thank you. Same. Great to be here. We've been very excited with the project. Sorry, my English is a little rusty, but when I start to speak, it goes flowly. Yeah.
To be quick about our question, we had an issue uploading the proposal in the part of the proposal video. That part didn't came up when we were uploading the proposal, so we uploaded the video to YouTube and copy pasted the link on the short description. So I wanted to ask if everyone had a same issue, or is it a bug that you're working on, or we couldn't find the
place
Well,
to
the place to put the video?
that's a good question. So first of all, it's not the portal is not meant to upload videos. Then over time we would get huge amount of data, and we'd rather not have that. So the idea is indeed to have a YouTube link, and we do have a link at the bottom of the questionnaire, the second step with all the questions, where you can put one for links and one for YouTube videos. So that would be the preferred way. We also thought about having a video instead of an image or something, but maybe we'll get that later. I also asked
Sorry, Dan, if we put the link, sorry. If we put the link at the bottom, it also shows up at the
right
like
corner
at
when
the
you
right section.
view the proposal.
That's what you mean. No, it
right,
doesn't. No, it doesn't. No. Let me explain.
Yeah.
That section at the right top is for a special kind of video, which is created during what we call the Spotlight Days. So in a couple of weeks, we have something that we call the review period. It's a period of 3 weeks where community experts review, where the review team reviews for more formal things. And very importantly, where all proposers are able in a town hall, such as this one, to do a 3-5 minute short presentation of their project. And those are, and we think it's important to have that consistency, that everybody gets the same amount of time and the same way to present. And those are the videos that we will put in that spot.
Thank you, Dan.
I think we should make that more clear to everybody. All right, Emotu.
Hello, everyone. I think my question is just pretty straightforward. I'm trying to open a Deep Funding AI site, and it's been for like 2 days now, showing error 1001 and DNA something. I don't know what that exactly is. So that's why that's my question.
You go to deepfunding.ai and it shows you some kind of code.
It shows error 1001 DNS something Cloudflare and so on, like an error.
Since when do you have this issue?
Yeah, I think since this should be the 3rd day now.
Really? Okay. So that is so I can't reproduce that. I think it probably has to do with a CDN network, so content delivery network, meaning that there are servers with proxies of the site on different areas on the globe, so that everybody has a quick load time. We changed providers coming from the test round until now, because we found out that the site was a bit slow, especially in the backend creating a proposal. And we analyzed that it wasn't the code, but it was the provider. So we changed providers, and it looks like that was pretty successful. And one of the great things they have is the CDN network, making it even more quick. But it appears that maybe in your area there's an issue with that proxy. So one thing you might want to try on your browser is clearing your browser cache. See if that might help. And that's a tip for anybody encountering any strange things. First, try clearing your cache. I've made that mistake at least a dozen of times where I say to the team, you didn't fix this problem. And they said, Jan, clear your cache. And then most of the time it was cleared. And I keep on making that mistake. So that is one thing you might wanna try, but it's possible that it's still there. And 1001 fire. What was the exact name? Then I'll write it down. Or you know what?
1001 error DNS. Should I send a screenshot on the chat?
Yeah.
Okay, let me do that.
So it's probably related to your location in some way, but it's good information to have. So we can try to look into that. Yeah, put it in the chat or in Telegram, and I'll inform the team about it. The team are very active, by the way. I'm so happy that we have our own development team. It's really such a pleasure because if you have an issue, and of course there are always issues, at least now we can address them and I can talk to the team and we can prioritize things. Some things we can do immediately, some things have to wait a little bit, but we can do something about it. So that's a great thing to have.
Yeah, and I just wanted to add, I think 1001 error speaks more to a domain issue or something. So he's not able to connect to that domain. And while we're waiting to try to fix that issue, Emotu, try to use a VPN. Like Jan actually said, it's more of a location kind of stuff, or the network you're using is not connecting to that domain. And so while you're doing that, just connect to a VPN. You should be able to connect while this gets resolved.
Yeah, it might be your local DNS provider.
Okay, I'll try that. Okay, if my friend just actually tried it, and his network is going, but mine is not going. So probably I'll just
definitely. Yeah, it's definitely from that. So but it can still go through if you use a VPN with that your network. It will definitely.
Oh, okay. Okay. Thanks. I'll do
Great.
that.
Thanks, Ubio. But at least you allowed me to tell this wonderful story about our provider with that great CDN network. So that's a win as well, I would say. Okay, I'm all done with questions now, Judith. Let somebody else answer some questions.
All right. So we're going to go ahead with our speed networking / question session. So again, for everyone that joined right now, I'm going to demonstrate it quickly what we're going to do. So I'm going to pick a participant. So right now I'm going to pick, let's go with Ines. So I'm going to ask Ines to introduce herself. She's going to tell us her name, where she's from, what she's working on, and what she's passionate about beyond work. And once she's done introducing herself, I'm going to ask her a question, or if I don't have any question prepared, I'm going to say mystery question, and I'm going to pick a question from the mystery box that we're going to ask her. And then once she's done, she will be and she can pick the next participant. So Ines, please introduce yourself to us.
I see I came into a pretty different town hall. I like this. Well, I'm Ines. I'm from Argentina. I see that we are a lot of Argentinos here. So I'm very happy that the LATAM is working. Well, I'm a writer. I love writing. I love writing literature. I'm a literature writer. I'm finishing a novel right now, so I'm very happy with that. And I am also writing for different companies. I'm working. Well, of course, I'm working with for the Deep Funding, and with a market research company also. That is something new, so I'm excited about that also. And I don't know, what else can I tell you? I
Tell us
love
what
words.
what you're passionate about beyond work.
Literature. I love literature. I love writing literature. I write since I am really small, so that's what I love doing. But well, also I'm a mother, so I don't have a lot of time. Usually when the town halls are, I'm with my son because I don't have, like in the afternoons here, I'm usually with him. So today I try to save some time and I'm very happy to be here. But well, I have a son, he's 6 years old. And what else? I'm married with Guillermo. He's pretty intense, but he's nice.
Tell us about
it's
Guillermo.
like I can tell you about him. He's crazy, absolutely crazy. Well,
Be
he's the
careful
reason why
what
I'm
you say
here.
on record.
Yeah. Then he will scold me then. No, we're good friends and we work together like for a long time now. And he's really creative. He's always creating things and he has a lot of energy, you know. That's something. He has a lot of energy. I don't have that amount of energy. I got tired quicker. But I don't know. What else? What else can I tell about me?
So good. It's just supposed to be a short introduction, and then
Okay,
let us know when you're ready for the question. Are you ready for the question?
Yeah. I am. Go ahead, Judith.
Okay, I want to pick one. All right. Let's see what we got. If you could be anybody in the SingularityNET ecosystem, who would you be?
If I would be?
If you could be anyone in the SingularityNET ecosystem, who would you be?
That's a good question. I admire a lot Janet Adams is her name. Yeah. I think she's pretty intelligent. I like her. But also I like Desdemona the robot a lot.
Great
I like her.
answer.
I am dying to meet her, really. But I don't know if I wish to be a robot, you know. Not yet. Maybe like in 5 years with more like with the AGI or something.
All right. Well, thank you so much for going first. You can now choose someone else that can introduce themselves, and then you can ask them a question, or you can choose to pick a mystery question and ask them that. So go ahead and pick the next person.
I will pick Mihail. I don't know if he's listening. Yeah, he is.
Of course.
Yeah.
Thank you. So yeah,
Bye.
I am from Romania. I'm currently working as a co-founder of Veterinary DAO, a freelancing online platform that aims to integrate veterinary telehealth with blockchain technologies. And as a passion, I also design games using Unreal Engine for the Epic Games ecosystem in Fortnite. I've been a part of the SingularityNET ecosystem a while back, I think almost a year and a bit ago, as PR and social media manager for a couple of spin-offs, if not all of them. And yeah, I think that summarizes it.
And what are you passionate about beyond work?
Beyond work, I'm passionate about music and walking. I'm being considered as a walking ambassador. I like to walk.
Oh, good. So Ines, would you like to ask Mihai a question, or would you like to pick a mystery question to ask him? Ines?
A question.
You can ask him anything or pick a mystery question.
No. Pick a mystery question.
Okay. All right, Mihai. Mihai, are you ready?
Always.
Okay. What is something you always wanted to do, but you haven't done yet?
I haven't yet managed to fully create the business that I envision and the platform that I envision, and that's what I'm working on.
Oh, great. All right. Well, thank you for introducing yourself, and you can now pick the next participant. And you can also ask them a question, or you can choose to ask them a mystery question.
Wow, so there's two possibilities, one of picking the next and also asking a question, right?
Yeah, well, you definitely need to pick the next participant.
All right, I'm gonna choose Jan, and even if he's pretty much tired of all the questions, I'm gonna ask him what he thinks about the large language models and why they can't be a solution for AGI.
Oh my God, I thought this was a nice, relaxed evening.
No. Get to work.
So I don't have to introduce myself?
You do that. Oh, yeah. Introduce yourself first and then
No,
answer the
you have
question.
to.
Sorry?
Yeah,
You
introduce
have to.
yourself.
You have to.
Introduce yourself first
Okay.
and then answer the question.
Yeah. Now I was wondering because Mihai jumped straight to the question. My name is Jan Horlings. I'm leading the Deep Funding initiative. I started the Deep Funding program, which is, I think, the major accomplishment in my life, working here at SingularityNET and doing great things for a great organization. It's really the summer. Before this, I worked as a consultant in an e-business organization. Before that, I worked at a company doing enterprise content management systems. But I studied industrial design. And I didn't quite finish that study because, and this is something in my previous job, I think I never told, or only after 7 years or so, because it was never relevant. But after my study industrial design, I tried for some time to become a professional artist. So I painted and I tried to do that for a living. And I failed, which is why I'm here today. But yeah, interesting times. And I never, ever thought I would end up in a place like this with a job that I have right now and with people around me. Yeah, I feel right now, I feel very happy and blessed. Now, coming back to your question, Mihai, maybe you confuse me with an AI specialist, which I definitely am not. But I can tell you the questions that other AI specialists in the company are giving. So basically, what an LLM does is create, it's doing pattern recognition and analytics and predict the best next word based on a statistical analysis. But an LLM has no idea what it's talking about. It has no idea what the world looks like. It doesn't know what world is. It can give you a very good answer on what the world is, but it has no knowledge about it. And yeah, I think that is something that we are trying to build in SingularityNET, a system that actually has ingrained knowledge, has a world, what's the name? Forgot the term. An image of the world, representation of the world internalized, basically. Which is also why we're working on robotics and avatars and virtual environments, etc. To give that AI a good knowledge of the world and people and everything around it. So yeah, that's one argument. I think there are probably other arguments as well. And there's no ingrained logic. They make stupid mistakes, LLMs. And yeah, I hope we're here to build something better.
Well, someone has a question to that.
No!
Jerry. If it's a quick one. Oh, maybe it's just
Hello.
Hi, Jerry. Did you want to ask Jan a question?
Yes, he made a point that it got me thinking. And good evening, everybody. I'm from Nigeria, and I wanted to ask you because I and my team working on building an AI that can help doctors prescribe drugs better here in Nigeria, because we have a problem of very low number of doctors compared to patients, and most of our doctors are leaving the country. So we're working on a model that can allow doctors reach out to many patients at the same time. But he talked about AI not knowing how the world is, having no idea of how the world works. So I wanted to find out if there's a model that we can work with in SingularityNET, and that we can actually use the API on our products here in Nigeria. If there's any plan like that for such a model that we can work with, or if we are going to build our own AI system, is there any way we can work with SingularityNET to harness your resources as we build our AI?
Well, one thing comes to mind right now, Jerry, is in Deep Funding Round 3, there were a number of RFPs and also for Knowledge Graph. And there was one knowledge graph which was about medical information. I'm not sure what the status of that project is right now, but we should have knowledge graphs with medical data available. And of course, we also have two spin-offs, Rejuve Network and Rejuve Bio, that are also working in the health area. Actually, we also had Awakening Health that is doing robotics in health, but that is a little bit a different situation. I think that's probably not what you're looking for. But I think so. What Rejuve does is collecting data from a lot of people, keeping them, allowing them still ownership of that data, but using that data for other organizations to do research on. But yeah, I think that knowledge graph that is being worked on actually by a community member called Robert Haas might be very useful for you. But it's only one tool. We can use more tools. We can use LLMs. We can use AI services. And we hope you will bring on some of that yourself to our platform.
All right, guys, you're going to have to keep your questions for Jan to the end of the session because we're going to continue with the networking. Jan, who do you want to pick?
I want a nerd. I want a question to Ale or that dog that was sitting in between the two of you. I'm not quite sure here.
Yeah, she's here. She's here.
Yay! Ale, tell me a little bit about yourself. I'm very curious. And also you told me, but first
Okay.
one, ladies first, I would say.
Also, I came last week, so everyone knows. And last week I was like, because I didn't know how to raise a hand digitally. So I was like raising it like
In real life.
Okay, so I'm Ale Marin. I'm from Argentina. Let me check what the questions were. My project is NerdConf. That's actually, we want to do a SNET build-a-thon at as a side event at NetCon, because we know all like major projects decentralized are gonna be there, so we want to be there. And where do I work at? Internet. I'm a digital persona. I've been uploading YouTube videos for like many years. Actually, my first channel, my old channel, is from 2009, 1 year after Google bought YouTube. So that's pretty amazing. So I do that. I'm a digital journalist. I work for digital outlets here in Argentina, the biggest ones, Filo News. I worked at Vorterix for a while. My hobby besides my work, I really like to try alfajores. I'm obsessed with them. Like, I really like alfajores. Like, I eat once a week an alfajor for a new brand that I don't know, or a new pasteleria that I never bought alfajores from before. And that's my my passion, let's say.
So can you
Eh,
explain
I'm-
what alfajores are?
Yeah, alfajores is not like well,
It's a type of pastry,
it's a
which is
pastry.
basically like a hamburger, but instead of buns, you have cookies. Instead of meat, you have like chocolate or dulce de leche or something
Yeah, it's like a sandwich, but
like an
a
ice cream
dessert.
sandwich.
Like an ice cream sandwich, but better. Because
I
dulce
thought
de
for a
leche-
moment you were saying that you wanted to be an alcoholic, but I'm glad that it's something more in a.
alcoholic. No, I'm a workaholic. Like, well, Ines, Mihai, that we're talking all about working, and I was like, me. Yeah, I work. Besides that, I also work. But I like to try
I
out
have a question for you, and maybe we can have Tommy after that. Well, can I ask two questions?
Yeah.
The first question would be, what did you want to be when you were a kid? And the second question that just pops in my mind right now, are you two a couple or are you just having a work relation?
Okay, first one. My dream as a child was to make films, or, well, it's kind of hard because always I wanted to be a YouTuber. Always, always, always. It was always, has always been my dream. I really like technology. As a kid, I never like really had friends, so I went into the computer and all these people were talking to me online. I was like, oh my god, this is so cool. So that's my dream, and I think I made it true. So it's really cool. Now I'm like looking for another dreams, not a office one, and then I studied filmmaking to like make a professional path because YouTube was not a thing till recently, at least here in Argentina. So it was kind of hard to explain to my fellow partners in college that I did online videos. They were like, but why do you cut so much? And I was like, it's the style online, man. Come on. They never understood. Not even my professors. They were like, why do you do this? YouTube, what is that? No sé qué. So that was my dream. And my second question, yeah, yeah, we're a couple, kind of new.
Kind of new, a year already.
A few months. Very recent acquisition.
Hey.
And yeah.
Great.
And well, on my side, okay, my name is Tomas, or Tom for short. My project same as Ale, NERCOM. What do you work at? I work at, of course, NERCOM on the most logistic side of things. And I'm also a startups mentor. I help teams on pre-seed state, like kicking off and organizing, establishing methodologies, and etc. Besides work, like I really like to cook. I cook a lot.
He actually cooked just now. We made a lot of food.
Ali kind of hates when I get to cooking because I take a lot of time, and she's like cursing and typing on the computer, and I'm just cooking, chilling. And that's me. That's me. I'm from Mendoza, Argentina. Mendoza is like the capital of wine. We produce a very good wine. So if you ever come to Argentina, come to Mendoza.
It's really nice.
Interesting. Yeah, appealing. And what did you want to become when you were a kid?
I can't remember, but probably an astronaut. I was like all day with a screwdriver and I don't know, the stereo, the radio, and I was like, I want to be an astronaut.
Well, close enough, I would say.
Yeah, of course.
All right, thank you, guys. You can choose somebody else, I think.
Okay.
Ooh.
Let's say, can I pick anyone?
Yeah, you can even pick Judith if you want.
Okay, let's pick Tom de Aprendo. And the random question we have is,
You can also
You think about it. I'll introduce myself
first, and then ask the question.
No. I just want to ask him, how long has it been till you use glasses? Because I am a person that has always used glasses. I operated myself 1 year ago, changed my life. Now I see everything in HD.
I don't know what that is. That's a good question. But first of all, I'm Tom. I'm from Buenos Aires, Argentina. I work at Aprendo. Aprendo, it's a non-profit that we do educational programs of financial education and technology in vulnerable communities across Latin America. And we've been doing this for a couple of years now. We have a program that's called Aprendo Crypto, and we've been doing this program, like we have 35 editions in 4 countries, and this year we're expanding to 15 countries in Latin America, more or less. And that's my project. What I do outside of work, when I work, I'm the director of Aprendo. That's my full-time job. And a hobby besides work, I love to dance. I dance contact improvisation, if anybody knows that. And the question, the glasses. And when I have been using glasses since I'm 42, so since I'm 14 years old, no, 15 more or less. And I never questioned myself to do the operation because I'm okay with my glasses. So, well, thank you for the question. Well, I have to choose someone else, no?
Yeah, next.
Okay, I will choose Ken Mayfield.
Oh no. Oh my God. Okay. Where am I from? I originally grew up in the eastern side of Canada. I have to call it the Far East because anyone from Ontario thinks they're the East. I actually grew up in New Brunswick, which is absolutely on the Atlantic coast. I live in Vancouver now, BC. I lived in Prague for 12 years and I'll get myself back there. It's very enriching as an artist. Okay, what is my project? My project, there are 2 of them. Most of them are based around ecology. The first one was carbon capture with Carbix to make building materials from CO2. My current projects deal with flood mapping and with modeling ecology, an ideation project to do ecology. And I'm always proposing something to try and move the League of Extraordinary Talent forward. It's advocacy for autism within a comic book style, because I'm, a comic book fan. Let's see, where do I work at? This is my full-time job. As an autistic person, I found that self-employment can be have the most forward motion in terms of getting to the things I want to do, which is creating worlds. So a hobby besides that, I'll turn off my background so you can see my hobbies. So the first hobby, science fiction, absolutely do not have a sonic screwdriver from Doctor Who. Star Wars, I absolutely do not have a lightsaber. So don't tell anyone and spread that nasty rumor. I love to draw, which is where I started. And music. Over time, I was able to get some vintage music gear from the 1980s. The keyboard was, I think, $150, and the drum pads were about the same. So I tried to develop my ability to make music as part of the art. And where it all started was with a camera. I have been doing photography since I was 14. I do film and digital photography, medium format, large format, and even wet plate, as you can see when my camera is turned off. And I have music lined up, piped into the computer, but I don't think it's working well. So I'll spare us all.
And the random question, which is, if you have to choose one band of all time that you would only be, the only band that you will be able to listen from now on, what would be that band?
Okay, well, that's a tough one. I'll have to actually cheat and choose two of them. The first one would be Slade, which is a British band that was crazy about in high school. Like totally defined my whole life. And right now, my favorite band is probably Daft Punk because I really love the Tron soundtrack. Yeah, and it inspires a bit of this madness as well. Okay, Sue, an excellent question. Thank you.
Oh,
I couldn't have asked for
interesting.
better.
All right,
Judith.
then, pick the next person. What?
Judith.
All right, whatever. All right. My name is Judith. I'm from Germany originally, but currently living in Barcelona, Spain. Oh gosh, I do so many things. I'm an event organizer for blockchain companies, but I also do a lot for the SingularityNET ecosystem. I work with the Supervisory Council as Supervisory Council Community Liaison, which basically means I let the community know what the Supervisory Council is up to. I also work in Deep Funding in the marketing circle and make sure that a lot of the announcements are going out, as well as organizing the town halls. And I'm also involved in the SingularityNET Ambassadors program in the marketing guild. What am I passionate about beyond work and events? I mainly study quantum physics. I read a lot about quantum physics. And I'm a master certified hypnotherapist, which a lot of people don't know about me. And I'm also currently in the fourth year of studying energy healing, which is extremely fascinating. And I never believed in it until I tried it and I saw the results, and now I'm mind blown and I cannot stop studying it. All right, Ken, do you have a question for me, or should I pick a bucket question?
Oh, it's really a toss-up. Let's choose a random question. Mine was going to be about books and movies, but I think random is better.
Thomas, I'm gonna mute you for a second. Sorry. All right, random question is, oh God, what is your best relationship advice? Wow, and that comes from me, which has been a person that's been single for 8 years. Do I have good relationship advice? I would say before you go into a relationship, you should be extremely self-aware and know your emotional needs. You should know yourself extremely well, what you need from a relationship, and also whatever you need in a partner, become that yourself first. That would be my answer.
Bravo, bravo, bravo.
All right, I'm gonna pick Soundwave 5. If you are able to participate, please introduce yourself. And then I will ask you a question. Yes, we can hear you.
All right. Well, first off, I actually do stand behind staying private. I promote it as much as possible. So I will have to say that I am from reality, and I spend all my days in virtual reality, trying to bridge the gap with my project between people from every level of the spectrum in education and knowledge of understanding technology itself. And so being able to provide a tech, being able to provide a tool is my goal, my main vision. And it started from just being a producer in a recording studio and seeing how artists come in and have an idea of what they want, but they do not know what they want or how really to make it happen. And so the miscommunication between an engineer, a producer, and the recording artist or musician. It really is what stemmed this whole vision I've had for the past 5 years, to design a tech or some sort of software to help people understand when they come in. And so now, seeing everybody at SNET, Singularity is important to understand Singularity and what it means. And if you do know what it means, I believe sound is a big player in Singularity. And yes, my name is Soundwaves, but the 5 stands for half of an analog and half of a digital wave. And so I am the owner of Sound Productions, which is a platform for anyone who creates something in the digital realm and wants to keep it and actually prove that they own something that they can create and create more of. And so my hobbies were a lot of music oriented things, but now my hobbies have turned into tools that I use when teaching and training anyone that works with me or for me. And that's about it.
Cool. Thank
I
you
do
for
have
sharing.
a question, if I could choose a question for the next person.
No, I'm asking you a question first.
Oh, are you asking me? Okay, I wasn't sure how I was going. Go ahead.
Well, you can choose a question for the next person, but I'm asking you a question first.
Oh, okay, perfect.
And
Yeah.
it's gonna be a mystery question, and it is. Oh, wait. What is something you wish you could do every day for the rest of your life?
I like that question. It would have to be completely understood without having to explain. And
Oh
whether
my
that
God.
happens when we reach a certain level of understanding or a level of tech, biotech, that we implement into our lives. So I do believe in that.
That's such a good answer. Thank you for sharing. All right, you can pick the next person and ask them a question as well.
Oh, perfect. I would actually like to choose Clement. Thank you for applauding, but yes, I would like to choose Clement. I believe in a lot of what Clement has said in all the meetings that I've heard him involve himself and contribute, and great all around guy. So Clement, if you'd like.
Yeah, hello guys. Okay, so my name is Clement. I am getting used to the fact that my name is pronounced using a French accent, especially by Judith. It's great. So how do I start? Okay, was born in Nigeria. I'm a Nigerian. I'm a radiologist, right? So I work in a federal hospital here in my country, and then I have interest in healthcare and ecological conservation, right? So I run 2 charities here back home. First is a charity that provides free healthcare services to underprivileged persons, and also free services to persons with disabilities as well. So kind of a fan of philanthropy and corporate social responsibility. Yeah, thank you.
And what question do you have for Clement? Soundwaves, do you have a question for him?
Yes.
Or should we ask? Okay, go ahead.
Yes, Clement. What does SingularityNET mean to you?
Okay, yeah. So I like to say that my interest in tech started pretty much not too long ago. I think a year or two. I spoke to a couple of friends who were working on some projects, and they guided me through how to integrate artificial intelligence in just every sphere of life, right? And then they had a community where they could interact, right, where they could get inspiration, and then see persons who are working on similar projects, right? And then it really helped them advance in whichever work they're doing. And I think that's what I've found in SingularityNET. Yeah. So for me, SingularityNET is my go-to community, where I can share my ideas, right, with persons who, I mean, it's been a great experience for me, talking to these persons who share the same passion for, using AI for the advancement of humanity. So I see SingularityNET as a community of support system, support framework for AI enthusiasts. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing. All right, would you like to pick the next person and also ask them a question?
Yeah, I'd like to pick Ubio if it's still on the call.
Why was I so certain you're gonna call me?
You weren't gonna escape this for real.
Yeah, I'm Ubio. I'm the CEO of Remostat. What Remostat is doing is trying to, Remostat believes in the principle of inclusive hiring and decentralized opportunities. So we believe that everyone's got a right to have those opportunities. My keywords are generally inclusion and diversity. I work on projects that revolve around this theme. Written a lot of research papers and projects just around this whole theme. I have about 8 research papers in the field of artificial intelligence and blockchain that have been published in international journals like IEEE, AIP, and a whole lot of other stuff. So that's me basically. When I'm not all of this, I'm just an ordinary person that just want to see the world get better. I think I find joy in giving, right? Yeah, so though I do that most times very anonymously because of the way the world is today, but I think I find a lot of joy and happiness in putting a smile in other people's face. There's not much about me apart from this because I live a very boring life when it's not researching, writing, and all of that. I live a very boring life, just get books, read, go on YouTube. And so I see people when they want to have fun, they do a lot of stuff. For me, when I want to have fun is to go on YouTube and watch a tutorial, right? So that's very boring. That's very boring. So I live a very boring life. But yeah, I think apart from that, I'm cool. For me, it's just I just want to see people smile. I think that's where I come from. Yeah, thank you.
I don't think that's a boring life at all. All right. Do we have a question for Ubio or should we pick a mystery question?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, he's sounding too much of a technical person now. So I want to ask, are there non-technical things you draw your inspiration from?
Wow. So I think I theorize I theorize everything around me. So I draw theories from events that have happened to me, that happened to other people. So I think I read the world in theories. I try to conceptualize things, right? So I think that's where I draw inspiration from. I draw inspiration from myself, from my failures. I draw inspiration from other people's success and their failures. I draw inspiration from life. I draw inspiration from everything around me. So I think I live a very conceptual life. I try to draw those theories and try to create theories from everything. So yeah, but I think one of my greatest inspiration is my mistakes. I've had a lot of them, a couple of them, in fact, so many of them. And I think those have really inspired me.
That's
Great
really cool. Thank you.
answer. All right, Ubio, would you like to pick the next person and also ask them a question?
Yup. Who do we got here? I think Ken has already been called. So what of Yuan?
Sorry, who is it?
Yuan
I
Pablo.
think.
Juan Pablo. Yeah.
Here am I. Thank you, Ubio. Well, my name is
Thank
Juan
you.
Pablo, alias JP. I'm from Argentina, from the south of the country. I'm in the middle of the mountains with snow. It's remaining 1 month and a half just to go skiing. So I'm very happy. And that's why I'm with this type of clothes. It's very cold here right now. I'm working in the marketing circle from Deep Funding. I'm the one that is in charge of editing the town hall videos, breakout room videos, all the uploaded at YouTube scene, and I prepare the copies from the posts that you read on our social networks. So I'm like behind the scenes. Then on my full-time job, I'm the product leader or head of product, if you want to say it, of Imbrick. Imbrick is a real estate US-based company. So we are launching a product on Polygon network. So we are rushing with deadlines at this time. Then from hobbies, I have a lot, really. Formula One and sports car are my passion. Indeed, I have a Formula One simulator here. This is where I just spend hours and hours. I run on sim racing. I have a sport car that I go on track days. I play drums. Actually, I'm not in a band right now because I'm out of time. And I'm a Bitcoin fan from a lot of years. So I have a podcast called No Soy Satoshi. I'm not Satoshi. It's a Bitcoin only Spanish podcast. And I met Ale and Tommy last year on a Bitcoin event. So we were just chatting for a year ago. So I don't know. That's me. Any random question?
Yeah, so Yuan, I would like to ask, what's your biggest regret?
Well, my biggest regret, well, it's very deep, but
and I didn't finish that. What's your biggest regret and the lessons you learned from it?
Great question. Try to think on what you're going to dedicate the full time of your life. Because I think that unfortunately the education system, at least in Argentina, kinds of hurry to go to the university without asking you what do you want in life. So I'm very happy with my career because I study system informations. I have an MBA on tourism. But if I go back on history, I will just sit down in my chair and think, what do you like? What do you best like in life? For me, are cars. Well, actually, it's my hobby. But the great news is that when I want to turn off my brain, I go with my hobby. So the best like opinion from my side is just don't take actions with hurry. Sit down first, write down the benefits or the cons, and then go ahead and act. Great question.
Great advice. Oh. All right, Juan Pablo, would you like to pick the next person and also ask them a question?
Yes, sure. So I go with, I think, Nicola didn't speak, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, I didn't speak, so I will introduce myself. Thanks, Juan. I'm also from Argentina, from Buenos Aires. From where you're from? You said it's from the south?
Yes, from El Bolsón, near Bariloche.
Okay, we didn't reach Bariloche yet, so maybe you will be some of our regional leaders sometime.
Great.
Well, I work in Aprendo for at least a year and a half with Tom and Diego also. I'm a really fan of gardening, and I also play rugby. That's a little bit of my side job hobbies. I'm also a Lord of the Rings fan. My heart beats like a hobbit, and and also my spirituality maybe is like more like a Jedi of George Lucas. So I'm like a movie-driven person. My favorite genre of music is soundtracks, and my Spotify says it, so you can check it. And well, I really love working in Aprendo. It's a very nice project. I first started with Diego, who introduced me to one of the editions that we met here in Buenos Aires, and I was like supporting him during the classes. He's a very good teacher, and well, they put me in this mission that we are trying to take new technologies and advanced information to vulnerable communities that maybe when we talk about decentralization of this inspired and driven world with a lot of new innovations, maybe the decentralization is like socially very, I don't know. I think that the decentralization is not so in different social stages, and we're like everyone in the same state, like social and economically, and we want to break that gap. We want to start from the bottom, and if we want decentralization, we need the maybe the communities that are not in favor in this system. So maybe this new system, this new blockchain world, where everyone can participate and build this future. And AI, absolutely, we think that we need some input from these communities that we want to reach out. And well, this is a part of my mission, a part of my days. I really enjoy working here. My head goes off when I work in this project, so I really take it like a part of my life. It's not like a job; it's like a mission. Really, it feels like that. So well, we are here to take this this project to border countries, to Latin America, maybe. We don't know, maybe next year in Africa or Europe, we don't know. But we want to take big steps, big gaps, want to take this further, and I think that we are in the right place.
Awesome. Juan Pablo, do you have a question?
Yes, you said, Nicola, that you are a movie fan. So choose a character or any movie that you like and imagine that you are that character. Why you select that one?
Okay, well, I say that I was a Lord of the Ring fan, and it took me a lot of time in my life to choose one character of the community of the ring, and I think that life teaches you a lot, so I will choose Sam. I think that friendship in life is the best thing that we can make, and being for our friends in all of the missions and all the dark places is maybe the best choice. So I will pick Sam.
Amazing. Thank you for sharing. Good answer. All right,
Thank you very
Nicola,
much.
would you like to pick the next person and ask them a question?
Yeah, I will take the lead to introduce my colleagues, so I will pick Diego. He's muted.
Diego, I don't see anyone
Dieguito, estás
named
muteado. Diego G, aprendo.
Oh, yeah.
Hi, do you hear me now? Okay,
Yeah.
okay. I have a thing where my microphone like switches to some random non-existing microphone, but I'm here.
As Nicola said, I'm Diego. I work with Nicola and Tom. We work together in this beautiful organization that is Aprendo, that we're trying to extend the good things that technology can bring to people, to places and persons which are usually left behind in these technology advances. I'm also Latin American. You cannot pick it from my English, but if it was Spanish, you will know that I'm from Venezuela. But I live in Buenos Aires, and I'm usually working like face to face with Tom and Nicola in this project. What are my hobbies besides work? I love swimming. I can swim every day. It's like my passion. I can be like in a pool. For me, it's like therapy. And I'm also a teacher from my heart. I can also, like, for me, teaching is like a passion too. I can teach like, and if I know it, I can teach anything to anyone with love. It's like, for me, it's not a work at all. So that's what I do at Aprendo. I coordinate teachers mostly. And we are Nicola, Tom, and I are very like excited to see how we can bring AI and the SingularityNET possibilities to learning communities in Latin America. Well,
A random
that's
question.
about it. Random question. Shoot, I'm here.
Okay. If you must pick one thing from Argentina, if you're never allowed to come back, what will you take with you?
Oof, that's a hard question. I think that I would take medialunas. I think that medialunas are like the best invention from Argentinians. It's like you can have them on like breakfast, lunch, dinner. And I will also, this is very random, but I will also take like persianas, which are like these shutters that they have here, because like every house has these shutters that have you can sleep to any hour and your house will be like totally black. So you get like, you can sleep to like middle of the day and everything is cool. So I think that is a great invention that they had here.
And medialunas are what exactly?
I'm sorry, it's like a pastry. It's like a little croissant.
Of course.
But it's sweet and you eat it like like in the morning, the afternoon, like every store sells them. So you can eat it every day and night. They're pretty cool with coffee.
I'm going to make a note of that. Thank you.
Yeah, in Argentina, we have a phrase like I'm going to say it in Spanish. ¿Qué fruta noble la medialuna con jamón y queso? This means, what a noble is the medialuna with jam and cheese fruit.
All right. Thank you, Diego, for sharing. Would you like to pick the next person and ask them a question?
Yes, I would like to pick Tomás Octavio, which I think haven't spoken.
I already talked.
Oh, you're from NERFCOM. Oh, yeah, you separated screens, and that got me confused.
Thank you, Diego.
What about Sucre and Spice?
Sugar, are you
Okay.
online? Yay.
Yeah, yeah, I am. All right. So, my name is Sophia. I'm from Nigeria. I'm a quality engineer, and I work in a construction company. I have my own business, and in the Deep Funding, the review cycle coordinator, and also involved in SingularityNET ecosystem. Yeah, and aside work, I love to sing, and I play the piano. And apart from that, you probably find me binge watching movie series. Just love to watch movies. Yeah, so that's about me.
Diego, do you have a question for her, or should we pick a mystery question?
Let's pick a random question because I don't have anything today.
All right. Let's see. If you were a superhero, what superpower would you have and why?
Wow. I would like to have the power of teleporting. Yeah. So I could just be in any place I want to be at any time I want to be. Yeah. I could know maybe go back and go to the future. That would be a really cool superpower.
I'm sure
Yeah,
we'll have
that's
an
it.
AI that can do that for us one day. Like we'll have some kind of
Hopefully.
that makes it possible. Nice.
Yeah.
Good answer. All right, Shukran. Would you like to pick the next participant and ask them a
Yes.
question?
Okay, let me see. Let's have Emutu.
Emutu.
Hello, everyone.
All right. Okay. So you introduce yourself.
Okay. So, my name is Emutu Onimo. I'm from Nigeria, and I think in Nigeria we like to eat jollof rice. A lot of rice and interesting meals like fufu. Don't know if you guys have tried it. So what I do currently, so I co-founded an initiative that trains young or African students with software, AI, and blockchain skill, because it's a really huge market. Currently, I'm running an MBA course that gives us access to Stanford curriculum, and also what I do for fun on the side. It's fun and it's also kind of a work sometimes. So I illustrate, I do drawings, I do illustrations, and I also write. I write short movies, shorts. I author children's book. I do author storybooks. I've had quite interesting entrepreneurial past experiences alongside with the collaborations with the Lebanon government and also Nigerian government. And we had access to distribute nationwide. And I think that's it basically. I also perform, write songs. So I do a lot of writing in a creative way. So I think that's it basically.
Very creative.
Yeah, awesome. I don't have any question for now. If you could just pick from the random questions, Judith.
Of course. Okay, we have, if you could be president of your own country, what's the first thing you would change?
Interesting question.
What?
Yeah. Come on, let's hear it.
Oh my God, that question. Oh my God. I think that question is just coming from, I don't know, maybe a spirit realm or something. It's just so aligning. Okay. If I was the president, I think the first thing I'll just do is, funny enough, I think I'm in line with that kind of. I'm going to make sure that the education system is well equipped, because there's a lot of the platform I'm currently working on. We're trying to address curriculums that are working, and I think that's the first thing I'm going to do. And also, there's a lot of agricultural opportunities in Africa, so I think I would make sure that it's in collaboration with the Deep Funding and entire blockchain system, I think, and also make sure we have a very sophisticated security. I think that's it basically. Yeah.
Amazing. A motto for president, I would say. All right. Would you like to pick the next participant and ask them a question?
Okay. I think Jerry.
If that's Jerry King, I think he's already gone. He did his already, I guess.
Yeah, Jerry. Are you online, Jerry?
Hello, Emoto. Good evening, everybody.
Hi, Jerry. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Okay. My name is Jerry King Nwobodo, and I'm a software engineer from Nigeria. I work with Presibo. I co-founded Presibo. We're a health tech company originating from Nigeria. We're trying to solve the problem of healthcare in Nigeria using AI technology. And I also work with Olive Stacks. We're trying to also solve the problem of education in Africa, trying to help Africans combat curriculum challenge in Africa, because we have a deep challenge when it comes to skills that address problems of today and tomorrow, especially problems of AI, machine learning, and blockchain technology. So we're trying to address that problem. And I love writing. I've written a number of books, and I'm also a poet. I've written poetry, and I love music. I love Metallica. I love Coldplay and rock music, and I also love cycling. Yeah, so that's me basically.
Nice, thank you for sharing. Do we have a question for Jerry, or should we pick a random one?
Okay, let's pick a random one.
Okay, let's see. Jerry, what is the most important thing the current young generation has to learn?
Okay.
What advice would you give them, or what should they learn?
The young generation, yeah. I'm speaking as a millennial, so I'm still young. I'm still among the young generation.
You are the young generation, so.
Yeah, let's say if I'm going to advise the younger generation, the Gen Zs and millennials like me, I would say survival skills, because I believe younger people of today, they are so fixated on the technosphere.
Did we lose you? I think your microphone's off. We may have lost you. Jerry, are you still with us? No.
So I've always thought to myself that we need survival skills.
I think we're losing you every now and then.
I've learned for myself, especially being in Nigeria, and we are on survival mode. We have lots of challenges in our continent, and I feel for a young person coming up, not feeling like the world is an El Dorado, but realize that you have to learn how to survive, how to fend for yourself, how to do basic stuff for yourself. That's one. And then secondly, you also need to have social skills, interactive skills, know how to talk to people, know how to go out, how to sell products, how to sell your services, how to sell your goods and service and all that. It's very, very important to survive in the 21st century. You must know how to survive, one, and then know how to sell. I think that would be my advice for the younger generation.
Yeah, absolutely. Good advice. All right, Jerry, would you like to pick the next person and ask them a question? And if you need help with who's left, I can also give you some names. I'm not sure if you kept track. So we still have Ese, Duke, Chukwu, Mikasa, Victor.
Okay, Mikasa. Let me go with Mikasa. Mikasa, can you hear me?
Mikasa, are you with us?
Okay, maybe can throw up another name if Mikasa is not here.
Yeah, you can. We still have Kings, Chukwu, Duke, Ese, Victor.
Okay, let me go with Duke. Duke.
Duke, are you with us? Oh wait, we had Duke. Duke, do we have you? Yeah.
Hi everyone. Hi everyone, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So my name is Jude Peter. I work as a community engagement and communication specialist. I thrive in helping organizations build vibrant online and hybrid communities around their idea of brand. When I'm not working for income, I'm busy serving local communities through my non-for-profit organization called Better Africa Foundation, where we help underprivileged people bridge the gap in education, health, entrepreneurship, and technology. I love the SingularityNET vision because to me it represents, the future with the whole plan to go advance towards AGI and eventually ASI, and that's why I've been working on creating the SingularityNET Africa community in order to expand the reach of the foundation to Africa as an emerging tech market, right? Nigeria, my home country, currently is the second largest blockchain, has the second largest blockchain adoption rate in the world, and obviously the largest in Africa. And we've been also having emerging tech hubs in Rwanda, Ghana, some parts of Egypt and South Africa and all that. And I believe that SingularityNET at this point, has a very advantageous position to penetrate, this market and build on the human capital and tech capital that we have here. Right. I think that's pretty much there is to know about me. And of course, yeah, we're also working on another project, an AI-based project to help victims, and this is at the foundational level now, to help victims or survivors of gender-based violence access quality, access help, what's the name of this thing again? Counseling, community, and all of that, right? We've been working on that for a while, and of course, we're going to be hearing more of this as the days go by. But that's pretty much all that there is to me right now. Questions, please.
Right, do we have a question for Duke, or should we pick a mystery one? Jerry, would you like to ask Duke a question? If not, I will pick a mystery one. All right, let's see. All right, Duke, are you ready?
Yep, I'm good.
All right. If you would have a time machine, would you go into the past or into the future, and why?
If I had a time machine, would I go into the past or into the future?
And why? Yeah.
None, I'll do none of them. Yeah.
And why?
I believe in the supreme intelligence of the universe, right? Depending on your school of thought, one may call that the universe, one may call that God, right? One may call that literally anything, but I believe in the supreme intelligence of that thing, whatever it means to you. And I believe that we are all where we are supposed to be. So I for one, as a human, I do not have regrets, right? I know things could have been different, but if they were different, I also wouldn't know what I know right now, right? And so I've learned to appreciate life and the quality of and everything it represents at every stage and at every phase that opens up to me. So I can't go back to the past, because what's to say that when I change that thing in the past, I would be augmenting for a better future, right? Neither can I go to the future, because what's to say that there is even a future? I mean, the whole concept, the entire idea of a future is a probability. So it's an uncertain reality that we are all hoping that exists someplace and somewhere. So I'll be fine. I'll stay right where I am.
Amazing. All right. Good answer. Would you like to pick the next participant and ask them a question? We still have Kings, Chukwu, Ese, and Victor.
Oh, I'll pick
And
Ese. I'll pick Ese.
all right, Ese, can you hear us? And are you able to speak? Maybe not. All right, do you want to pick someone else? Between Kings, Chukwu, and Victor?
Okay. Kings.
Kings, can you hear us?
Hi everyone.
Hi, would you like to introduce yourself?
Okay, my name is Kings Gedusa, from Nigeria. I'll consider myself a serial entrepreneur, well, with core competence in online marketplace. I've been in tech for, say, over 10 years now. So basically, I working with different startups before I started mine in 2016. So basically, my core strength lies in between e-commerce, um, ride sharing marketplace, then car sharing, and other stuff that we are building. So currently, we have 3 projects we are submitting in Deep Funding round 4, but we are funded on the addition stage in the last round, which is round 3. So yeah, we are trying to integrate SNet into our platform. So basically, we are trying to integrate every of our products with the SingularityNET using the AI tools that currently on the Singularity marketplace, because we believe that that's the direction we are going now. AI should be the forefront of every businesses, especially in Africa where the adoption is still low. So now we want to be at the forefront, adopting AI for all our platforms to optimize our project. So yeah, I love cars. Yeah, I love cars. I love cars. I started driving probably when I was 14. So I love cars. I love putting cars into use. I can drive for hours and not get tired. So hence the reason why I'm building something around cars, car maintenance, car sales, and as well as making revenue from your car. So if you check my proposals on Deep Funding, the 3 proposals is something around cars, like something. So that's basically my core strength, the marketplace. Yeah, I love football as well. I was supposed to be a footballer, but in Nigeria, our parents, everybody, then, you're going to be whipped each time we go to train. So yeah, that's why I had to stop playing football. But for fun, I still play football and I watch football as well. Yeah, so
Nice. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah.
Duke, do you have a question for Kings? Or should
Yeah.
we pick a mystery question?
Oh yeah, I do have a question. Going by your obsession for cars and automobiles and all of that, you seem to me like someone who's really, really tech savvy and open to the idea of embracing tech for the advancement of humanity and all that. So my question to you would be, what do you think Africa would look like if it's embraced AI and AGI? What do you think that would represent for a continent like Africa, right? And that's fine.
Oh wow, that's a great question. Trust me. we'll use a typical scenario of what happened to crypto, for instance. Africa has the youngest population in the world, so the adoption of technology is on the high side. In Africa, for instance, using Nigeria, I think Nigeria was the largest. We're grossing the largest transaction on crypto. So that's how to tell you how much Africa is for innovation. If you have the right product, you will embrace it and become the biggest consumer. So that's why what we are doing now. If SingularityNET needs to pay attention to this continent, because every of our product, if it's centered around tech, and not just tech, centered around AI and AGI, trust me, we are going to be the largest market for um, different AI tools that Singularity have SingularityNet has on their platform. Because even our platform, for instance, the calls that we are looking at already, because it's going to be everyday call, those API calls. So it's going to be everyday usage of AI tools. So I believe that within the next 5 years, with the way what we are building and the adoption, trust me, Africa will be one of the largest. So the thing is, you just keep building infrastructure. There is a market that will adopt it. If you have, that is one key thing about the African market. If you have an infrastructure, trust me, we are going to embrace it and adopt it, even make it our own. The similar example is crypto. How we we embrace crypto for every transaction that we're basically doing. Yeah.
Thank you for sharing. Great answer. Would you like to pick the next participant and ask them a question? We still have Victor and Shukwu, and we also were just joined by Edith.
Oh, great. I will go for Victor. Victor?
Hi, Victor. Are you with us? Are you able to introduce yourself?
Checking mic.
Yes.
Guys hear me? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm Victor Maxwell, and I knew that King would have to pick me because we are kind of close on personal. Yeah, we talk personally. Like, I'm from Nigeria, and I've been surprised. I hear a lot of Argentinians from here, and none of them seem to like love football and all. Even when we have Messi, which is like the greatest sport for me, from Argentina. So I would love to know why none of the Argentinians here loves football. It's something I would just love to know. And so personally, I love football, and yeah, I still play. I play in the midfield role, so more like a defender because of my height. And yeah, that is the fun part of me. And yeah, going to um the other part, which is more like the business. I am a graduate petroleum engineering from one of the universities in Nigeria here. So it's way outside SingularityNET or AI or something. And like I think Juan Pablo said, um, it was something more like forced on me by my parents that you must study petroleum engineering, you must study petroleum engineering. So it's something I just had to do. It's not like a passion or something. But coming to passion, I love management, anything management, from community managing to project managing to, yeah, everything management is what I love doing. And yeah, to introduce myself further, I am the technical coordinator for Deep Funding Review Circle. So yeah, let me just introduce myself that way. And yeah.
Thank you for sharing. Kings, do you have a question for Victor? Or should we pick a mystery question?
No, not really. So probably give a random question or pick for him.
All right, we'll pick a random question. Victor, are you ready?
Yep.
What is some of the best advice you've ever gotten?
Oh wow.
I'll give you a second to think about it. That's a deep question.
Okay. Okay, I'll put it this way. It's more like you just need to believe in your abilities. Not in any way. You don't need to doubt yourself in any way. Just believe in what you can do. If you see that someone else is better than what you can do, still put yourself out there. You could just get lucky, you could learn, you could get better. So in every ability you've got to just believe in that little that you've got, and yeah, it will just take you places, and yeah, you go on from there.
Beautiful answer.
Yeah.
Would you like to pick the next participant? We have two left. We have Shukwu and Edith just joined us. So would you like to pick either one of them? And for Edith, we'll have to explain the rules because she only just joined.
Okay, I would pick Edith because of one reason. His name alone says that he's from my place in Nigeria, like from my hometown in Nigeria. So I would just want to hear his voice, and yeah, no, it was like, so yeah, Edith.
Edith, are you with us? Let us know if you can
Hey
participate.
everyone.
Hi, thanks for joining pretty much towards the
Yeah.
end of the meeting, but still joining. So would you like to introduce yourself?
Oh, okay. I just joined, so I didn't know we're doing introductions. Wow, where do I
Yeah,
start from?
basically just your name, where you're from, what you're doing for work, and what you're passionate about, what your hobby is outside of work.
Okay. Hello everyone. My name is Edith. I am the founder and CEO of Bridging Space Technologies Limited. Is an AI powered company that's focused on providing therapy through messaging, audio and video calls. Aside from that, I'm a design thinker and a global think tank. For work, I'm a biomedical scientist, and recently I got very interested in clinical and blockchain research. Currently, I'm working on the research with Cardano on zero knowledge proofs in blockchain ecosystems for enhanced voting transparency, basically for the catalyst voting process. So it's been an amazing ride so far. I'm also an AI enthusiast. I love anything that has to do with AI and blockchain, basically. Well, what I do for fun, I love movies a lot. I love hanging out. I love traveling. I'm hoping that one of these days I would actually be opportune to come for any conferences or conventions, either in Cardano or Deep Funding, as a way of networking, since I'm very big on that. I love meeting new people, getting to know cultures, and just connecting. So yeah, it's really nice to be here.
Nee, thanks for the introduction. Do we have a question for Edith? Or should we pick a mystery one?
Yeah, go for mystery. I guess you still have it, so yeah, let's exhaust it.
Go for mystery? Okay, 1 second. All right, Edith. If you could relive one day in your life, which one would it be?
That's a tough one. Well, the way I see life, I always like to live in the moment, right? Every moment has something to offer. So probably I would say just taking life or living in the best moment would be the best take for me, like just living in that moment, because every moment has something to offer, really. And I can't really decide or say this or say that, but I would say living in the best moment of my life would be what I'll go for. Yeah.
Nice answer. I love it. All right, that leaves us with Shukwu. Can you hear us? Are you able to participate? And also we had Mikasa and Ese who weren't able to unmute themselves earlier. So if any of you are able to speak, let us know.
Hello, can you hear me? Good evening.
Hi, Chukwu. Yes. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Oh yeah, my name is Chukwu Samuel from Nigeria. Sorry, when I said good evening, I didn't realize that some people are not actually from Nigeria. But Nigeria apparently it's evening chat. All right. Okay, what I do. All right. I'll say I'm a tech enthusiast, professionally a computer engineer, and I really am. Let's say I'm obsessed about solutions more like. I love one of the questions that was asked, which is what do you wanted to be when you are a child? And that question was asked, I thought about it, I was like, I really wanted to be an inventor. I think about that like, I just want to invent and build all the flying machines. I've always loved, I say solutions that actually impact. So I think that's one of the things that drove me to sciences and my study, and that's also the thing that drove me to engineering. Because I was like, how do you apply science? Well, you do engineering by applying science, so generally. So that's just on a side note. And I think that has driven me to work with a whole lot of companies in different areas, from tech to, let's say, socially driven organizations, from NGOs, leadership trainings. And when it comes to tech, work with a software-driven company, build a product called Pearlsoft, generally it's organizational management software. Also, I also have I run more like an agricultural firm that is focused on agriculture, technology, and youth development, or I'll say education more or less. So I'm really passionate about agriculture and how tech, AI can actually boost or improve its productivity. Currently, we run our farm from Cross River State, Calabar. Though, like I said, solution driven, so I actually move around different areas in Nigeria for different reasons. And basically, I think that's one of the major core focus of my, when I say passion, something I'm really passionate about, I'm actually pushing currently. What I do for fun, what do I do for fun? I'm a movie fan. I love, but no, actually, let me not say movies. I like good stories. So I'm a fan of good stories. I believe that a story well told actually impacts and it transforms. So it could be in form of a movie. That's why I said I'm not really big on movies. A movie is not telling a very good story. I'll just turn it off like I get bored. I want something that actually sets me ablaze more or less. So yeah, I'm a fan of good stories. Yeah, I think that's from me. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing, Chukwu. Great energy, by the way.
Thank you.
Edith, do you have a question for Chukwu, or should we pick a mystery question?
Yeah, I think let's take the mystery question.
All right. Let's do it. All right, Chukwu. If you knew you couldn't fail, what would you do?
Wow.
This is your chance. You can't fail at anything. What are you gonna do?
That is really, 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 really interesting. Well, you know, the strange thing about it is that I would actually be doing what exactly I'm doing currently. Just that I think I'll do it now with a little bit more confidence. So that's why I really like that. I just thought about like, what do you do? Let me think. Could I do anything different? No, not really. I like I said, I'm solution driven. I actually like, I want to build things that actually impact. And now my passion is actually building structures, communities, both AI and teaching people how to actually improve the agricultural sector, especially youths, basically because of my country and actually, that's the resource we have. So But I think, like I said, with the question that made me understand that you're doing it with a little. You are, you know, when you're doing something and you're not sure, like you are taking chances and living life again. Well, the question now is when you know you can't fail. So I think I would now walk now with more confidence and bravado. Oh, that's my response. Thank you.
Great answer. All right, guys, I think we all got to speak. There was Mikasa, who just dropped off, unfortunately, but couldn't unmute earlier. And then there was AC. If you can unmute, I don't know if she's still here. AC, I think she also already dropped off. All right, that means we're officially at the end of it. And that was so much fun. I am mind blown at how many talents, like how much talent we have in this community. I think we should host a talent show one day. We have swimmers, painters. Ugh. Oh my goodness. Who would have thought?
A lot of caring people. What I hear a lot is people that like to help other people in very different ways. And that is really amazing and heartwarming. So it feels really special to be part of this whole community. Thank you.
It does. It was wonderful to get to know everybody just a little bit more. I mean, we only had a few minutes each to speak, but it was still crazy to hear what everyone's doing outside of work as well. Very, very interesting. Wonderful community, I would say. Well, it's been going for 2 hours, guys. I don't want to keep you that much longer, but this was really, really special. I guess I'm going to check quickly in the room. Are there any more questions for Jan? And also, please, guys, help me if is there anybody that hasn't been able to speak? I think we've gotten through everyone, if I see this correctly. But yes, if there's any more questions for Jan, this is your last chance until next week, at least online.
Until next week, yeah, sure. Since nobody's asking a question, and I want to keep it that way, thank you, Judith. I thought it was a great idea to do it, to put the community in the spotlight here, and not just the projects, but the people behind the projects and behind all the good work of the circles. We had a good amount of circle members here as well. So yeah, great initiative, really cool, and love doing something different like this. So thank you.
Yeah, it was an experiment, and I think it turned out actually better than expected. And I didn't even expect so many people to take part. So this is great. Victor says, best meeting I've had to attend in SNET. Well, thank you. All right, guys, then enjoy your morning, afternoon, or evening, depending on where you're tuning in from. Thank you so much for spending the past 2 hours with us. And thank you for sharing. And thank you for also so much amazing advice. And hopefully we'll see you next week. Town Hall is going to be, next week at the same time, 18 UTC, and hope to see you there. All right, everyone.
All right.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.